This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Yeah, today we are going to see that what is a slicer, how many ways we can create the slicer, and what is the importance of slicer in Power BI. So let's go for cover all the different types of slicers and how we can synchronize the slicers with the different pages. And if you want to restrict the slicer to the particular visualization, how can we do that? So all about the slicer today. Okay, so who are watching my channel first time, please go for subscribe and uh, share with the friends, and let's start it. So I'm going to connect my data source, get data. I'm connecting to CSV file. Just click on text and CSV and selecting sample superstore CSV file. Click open. Just loading the data in. Okay, now let it be load. So slicer is nothing but another way of filtering. We have anyhow filters restrict the data into the visualization, and a slicer is the another way of filtering in the visualization. Okay, we can directly drag the slicer into that canvas, and we can build the different types of visualization. So slicer is a part of visualization. Yeah, this is here you can go for see that this is the slicer. Okay, this is a slicer is a part of our visualization, so you can directly drag the slicer into, just double click on it, and we can get added to the visualization page. Okay, double click on the slicer. So here we can see this is a slicer way. So whereas what are the different types of fields you want to use into the slicer? So in this slicer I want to take that my uh, region. I want to go for take a region in the slicer. Click on the region. So the region field can be shown in the slicer. So can you see the different types of regions here? Central region, east region, south region, west region. So let me go for here. We have the multi-selection boxes. We are getting that any region you can select it. Before get reflect the data, just I want to bring one more visualization here. So let me take different subcategories and sales. Different subcategories and sales. What are the different types of subcategories where we have it, and related sales values in the visualization. So then we can see it how it's reflecting with my visualization. My with slicer changes. Just I want to make it as a bar chart. Okay, sorry. So let me increase the size of the chart. Go for format and data labels, and go for data labels and increase the data labels. Enable the data labels, and size you can increase. Put a data label size is 15 something around. Yeah, and headers of that I want to be changed, x-axis and y-axis headers. So let's go for I want to go for y-axis, increase size to that 15. Okay, can you see that the changes here? This is all we can do it in formatting. The slicer here, if I select my central region related data I can see in my visualization. The different subcategories can show that central region related data. When I go for press control, control button, click on control button and select the multiple options, central region and east region, central region, east region and south region. It's like a multi selection, you can do it using the press control button. Okay, so without that we can select one region at it. Okay, so this is the advantage with the slicer. At the same time, here we have the more options. You can go for select the drop down as well. You can go for select the two options you have it, list and drop down. Which one based on client requirement we can go for choose that. The drop down you want it, you can get it that different regions in the drop down. Okay, so click on that. So you want to display that select all as well. Here you want to display the select all as well in the region, that particular region slicer. So just go with the format, just go with select the slicer and go with the format option, selection control. You can go with the selection control. Here multiple selections, show select all option, enable this. So you can see that select all option in the your slicer, region slicer. When I go for select the select all the regions can be selected. All the regions can be selected. If you want to go with a particular region, you can select. Okay, this is the one option we have it, select all values. At a time we can select all, unchecking all. Okay, go for select all regions of data, all regions of data in the visualization. Okay, this is the way we can simply create the slicer. So can we create more than one slicer? Of course, we can create more than one slicer as well here. So go for select one more time, just out, check out and go for click on slicer again. Okay, yeah, one more slicer is added. What you want to take into the slicer? I want to take my ear into the slicer. I want to take my ear filter into the slicer. So then go for select that. Where is the ear column? I have it. Order dates, I have it. Order dates, different order dates. I want to take my ear. Can you see that here we are getting a range 2018 to 2021? Which year you want to be selected? You can just select that year. Okay, so which years of data you wanted, you can just go for using this bar also. You can select it only 2019 and 2021 data, or 2020 2021 data, and particular region also you can select it from the region. Uncheck that select all and you can go for select the east region. Only east region 2020 to 2021 data we can get it. Right, this is how we can use that multiple slices as well. We can go for use it multiple slices in a single page. All right, yeah, I want to build one more visualization. Just you can go for minimize this here. Okay, let me take one more visualization here, pie chart. I want to take the pie chart here, bring that here next to this bar chart. Right, yeah, here I want to represent it. I want to represent here different segments. What are the different types of segments we have it, and or you can go with ship modes, different ship modes, and what is the sales we are shipping on the each shipment, sales amounts each shipment wise. So which is the highest selling shipment mode? Standard class. Standard class they are doing almost 61 percentage. Okay, highest contributor in the overall sales shipping modes. Right, so based on my slicer selection, these two visualization need to be reflected. Based on my slicer selection, these two reports need to be reflected. So if I selected east region, east region related. If I select south region, south region related data I want to see in both the visualizations. And if I select only 2020, okay, I want to get only 2021 data for both the visualizations. Okay, so slicers is nothing but type of visualizations. So what are the filters you want to do on top of this slicers and visualizations? So let's do, I want to apply visualization filter. I want to apply a visualization filter, or I can go with a page level filter. I want to apply a page level filter. That filter can apply to this region and year filters. year slicers, what are the filter you can apply at page level? That filter can affect this region and year filters as well. Yes. So what are the values you can go for apply page level filter? Those can be reflected your slicer as well. So let me try to do that. You can go for select state. I want to drag my state into that filter on all pages or filter on page. Just go for drag into the filter on page. So I can go for select here all the countries, all the states, sorry. From the states, I can uncheck few of them. From the states, I can uncheck that few of them. So basically the states are belongs to any particular region. Those are also can be reflected here. Okay. At the same time, suppose you want to get easily understand that it's reflecting the slicer or not. Just take that city as a slicer. City as a slicer. Okay, let me take the city as a slicer. Check this here. Uh, my slicer is added into it canvas and go for take that city as a slicer. Okay, so where I have my city here, select it, select it. So I have a city as a slicer. What are the city I can select it? The related data I can see in the visualization. Okay. So when I go for select a particular states in my face filter, only the related states, related cities only I can see here. Only the related states, the states which you selected here, related cities only you can see in your slicer. That's the filters can affect the slicers as well. Filters can affect the slicer filter as well. Okay, so slicer filter can be reflect based on your phase level filter which you can apply it. Okay, right. So that's one I would like to say you here. So the filter which you apply it here, that can be affect your slicer as well. Okay. Next, when I have it, the scenario, we can see that I have the three different visualizations. I have the three different visualizations. So let me drag it here near to close to it. Let me minimize a little bit, and I want to be reduce the size of it. Okay, I want to add one more visualization here. That's I want to take it card. Suppose we want to take the card. I just take the card. Drag this card into here. Yeah, put it here. Otherwise, that card will show that total sales value. Okay, that card will show the total sales value. All right. Now, what is our requirement? Client will ask you that what are the slicer I have it. This particular slicer can affect to this only the card we have it and the bar chart. My pie chart should not be affected with the slicer. My pie chart should not be affected with the slicer. Okay, I don't want to change the pie chart values based on the slicer selection. Okay, how can we do that? I want to restrict this particular pie chart cannot be affected with the slicer values. Okay, what are the slicer you can select it. So if I go for select all, okay, the slicer, the pie chart should show only all the region level data. Even if you select that particular region, the pie chart should not affected with that particular region. It should always show that all the regions data. How can we restrict this particular visualization cannot affect it with the slicer in the page? How can we make it possible? How can you do that? So there is an option for that. There is an option for that. Take the slicer, select the slicer, okay, and go to the format. Go to the format, okay. Slicer, select the slicer. Go to the format and edit interactions. There is an option called as edit interactions. So select that edit interactions. Select that edit interactions. Okay, so here you can observe that filter options, and we have it none. One is a filter option we have it, and one is a none option we have it. So which which particular visualization cannot affect it with the slicer, go for particular visualization and say that none, and say that apply that none. Okay, apply that none option. Go for apply that none option over here. So simply you can none, make it as none for that particular sheet. Okay, so I don't want to do it for this one. This card should be work for the filter. Only for this particular pie chart could not be affected with the filter which we have region, only our region. Again it will be reflect with the year because we are applying for the only region. You want to do that same thing for the year filter as well. Okay, so just select the year, just select the year slicer. Okay, go to the format and edit interactions, edit interactions. Okay, so you can go here again once again, so you can make it none, you can make it. So now this particular pie chart cannot affected with these two slicers, cannot affected with these two slicers. All other reports in the page can be affected with this slicer. Based on the slicer selection, data can be changed in the sheet. Okay, that is the way we can restrict that particular visualization in the page not reflected with the slicer values. What are the slicer selection, we do that. Okay, so this is the options we can enable. What is the process? Select the slicer, select the slicer and go to the format. Under the format, when you click on format, we can have the edit interactions. We have the edit interactions. If we click on edit interactions, you can get that none and filter options. Which one you want to be filtered, select the filter, and which you don't want to be filtered, just select the none option. Okay, it will cannot be affected with the slicer, it cannot be affected with the slicer. It's a very good advantage with the slicers. Okay, let's go for new sheet here, new sheet here. Um, the next option we can see that, so hierarchies also we can take into the slicer. Hierarchy fields also we can take into the slicer. So how it will be work, how it will be work in the slicer? Let me go first show you that. So I have a simple sales card. Okay, take the sales. I will put it my sales card here and select the sales, total sales of it. Or multiple row cards you can take it. In that you can select a profit, a quantity, and the sales. Profit, quantity, and sales. What else we have it here? Measures. Yeah, main measures which we have it. Okay, profit and sales mainly. So let me go for increase the size of the card. Format option. Whereas if you want to be increasing the size on applying labels and all things, you can go for format option. Increase the size of the labels. Okay. So this is a card I have it where I have the sales, profit, quantity. Okay, sales, profit, and quantity. And general option you can go for properties, smartness. Okay. So now based on my slicer, I want to change this value. So I will take the slicer. I will select the slicer here. Go for select the slicer. Go for select the slicer. So the slicer I selected here. I want to go for select the hierarchy into the slicer. I will select the date hierarchy. Click on date hierarchy. Okay. The entire hierarchy can be added into your slicer. So let me show you that very bigger way. So let me increase the size of the slicer. Slicer headers, items. I can go for slicer items and increase the text size. Let me increase the text size here. Okay. So can you see that it's a bigger year, quarter, month, day like. So if I select only 2018, only 2018 profit, quantity, sales we are getting here. Profit, quantity, sales we are getting. Okay, when I go for particular year, and the particular year we selected all the 4 quarters. I want to see only particular quarter data. Okay, Q3 and Q4 you can see that only Q3 and Q4 related data we can see it here. And whereas I have Q3 and Q4, I want to go with only particular Q4, only Q4 related data we can get. Okay, and drop down you can go for click on October, November, December. 3 months data we have. 3 months data we have. I want to select only particular month data. You can go for select that only particular month data, December month data. Okay, so you can see that all the months which we have in the particular December, profit, quantity, sales of the particular December month, and you can select the particular days as well. Only that particular days data you can get into your visualization. Okay, this is very beautiful feature with the slicers. You can select that hierarchies in slicer and related data we can see in a visualization. Okay, see that. So like this you can go for select any year, and that year particular quarter or particular month you can choose it, and related data you can find it in the visualization, right? This is the way we can drag the hierarchies into the your slice, hierarchies into your slice. Okay, hierarchies into your slice. Is it clear? Next let's go for uh, so let me put this years into yeah, I will take one more slicer, leave it as it is here. I will take one more slicer here, click on slicer. So I will consider this only the slicer. I can go for take it as only year part, only year. In this slicer I will select only year. So can I change this year range between two? A drop down list of years we can select it. Drop down we can use it between and less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, if you go for select the list, select the list, list of years we can get. Okay, list of years we can get. Okay, and we can go for drop down. If we want to select the drop down, we can get the drop down as well here. So here in this particular slicer we selected only particular year, only the other slicer also showing that same slicers are synchronized here. Okay, in the same page the same slicer we are using, right? That's why. Okay, and here you can see only that particular year. Okay, what is the more options we have it? Drop down list between also you can select it. What is the between years you want to be select, and for that less than or equal to, greater than or equal to also you can select it. Greater than that particular year, less than that particular year you can select. Okay, so mainly what I want to show it here, when you select this particular year and go with the format, here in general you can see uh, slicer headers numerical. Let me remove this slicer. remove this slicer. Okay, so I will take this slicer as list of values. Take as the list of values. Okay, so now you can go for format. General, general, orientation. There is an option called as orientation. So currently we are showing in a vertical. The years are we showing 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 in a vertical way. You can go for orientate that into horizontal as well. You can change it to horizontal. So the years can be shown like this in a single row as well. You can put this years. Okay, this is also one beautiful feature with the slicers. You can go for select any year, the year related data you can get. It look like a visualization. It's not like look like a slicer. It's look like a visualization. So in the page, so what are the year you can select it? That related data you can see in the visualizations. Okay, so this is also one of the beautiful features. You can orientate that vertical to horizontal, horizontal to vertical. So not only the date, so you can go for select any other dimension field as well. So let me take slicer again. I can select it. In that slicer I can take the region. Suppose I can take the region. Okay, the regions list we have it, right? Go with formatting here. General we have it. So vertical to horizontal, make it vertical to horizontal. Can you see that? So central region related data you want, east region related data you want, south region related data you want, or west region you want. On the particular year, which region data you want to get display that, that's we can represent it here. Okay, that's very good feature. One second. Sorry. Okay, so here we can get it. The visualization can affected with this slices. Okay, and can I take that numerical value as a slicer? Can I take that numerical value as a slicer? Suppose I want to take my sum of cells as a slicer. Can I take that? Yes, you can take the slicer for the numerical value as well. So how can we take that? Just go for take one slicer, click on slicer. Okay, in this slicer I want to select my sales. Select it. So the range of values you can get it here. Range of values from 0.44 to 22,635. So the what is the main thing here is the range when you go for selected, uh, the slicer will take that least granularity level of data in the slicer, zero value to minimum value to max value. Okay, that's one thing we can need to be remembered. The slicer take that last granularity, what are the least granularity we have it, that level of data it will bring it. Okay, we can apply slicer from what range to what range of data you want to get display that we can select in the sales range. Okay, the related data we can see it. And related to slicers, what else we have it? I have oriented that, and we restricted the slicer for that. And when we have the different slicers in different pages, I have a page one, I have it, a few slicers are there, and page two I have a few more slicers. Okay, page two I have few more slicers. So we can go for synchronize these two slicers. What are the slicers? You have it in one page, and you can go for synchronize the slicers to another page as well. So how can we do that? How can we do that? What is meant by synchronization? Suppose the slicer we have it overview page. Okay, I can say that the slicer here is, I can select, suppose this is a overview page, rename to over. Okay, overview page. So here I have a slicer name as called as, I will take here, I will replace with the city to a state. I can have the state slicer. Okay, so let me go for select the state for this. The slicer can show that each state wise. So let me remove the city, only state. Okay, I have a state wise slicer. When I go with the page to detail level, here I can go for use that city slicer. Here I can go for use that city slicer. Yes, we can do that. Okay, so when I go with the overview page, when I go with the overview page, okay, if I select only particular states I can select it in the page here. So the same related cities I want to show in the slicer in the page 2 in detail stage. The cities I want to see the related cities. So then what we need to do is we need to be synchronize the slicers which are there in the page 1 and the overview page and page 2. So how can we do that? So how we do that? The synchronization option where we can find that, go with the top ribbon, view you have it, view. Okay, view you have it. So here in synchronize slicer there is an option called as synchronize slicer. Okay, synchronize slicer, you can see this is the synchronized slicer. Select the slicer in one of your report, slicer in one of your report page to start synchronizing it across other pages. So I want to be synchronize my state slicer, right? Select it, select this slicer. So which slicer you want to be synchronize the state slicer? I want to, in page 2 I have a slicer, I want to synchronize with that, right? I can select. Okay, these two, what are the slices are there in that? This particular slicer can be synchronized with the slicers in the page 2. Okay, now I can go for uh, here what already state is there. Just click for remove the state one. State, come on. Okay, leave it as it is. Let's see that. Go for here. I want to select a few states. Few states you can select it. Okay, and the related cities you can see in the page 2. And the related cities you can see in the page 2. See that? Uh, yeah, no cities we have it so far related to those states. Let it be go with select all. Try to select all. Yeah, I want to put select all option for this state. Go for here. Slicer control select all. Okay, I can put it select all option in here. All the states, and you can go with the page 2. Page 2. The cities. Why only we are getting these two cities? Here we have the state as well. That's we are getting related cities only. Let me go for remove this. Remove it. Now we can see that. I can see that. Select this state. and synchronize with the page 2. Select that page 2 synchronization. Okay. Now you can go with select that all states and page 2 you can go for it. Yeah, different. It's like we have the different types of filters, right? All will be controlled. Here only central region or different regions also we have it. So we need to be take care of all the filters. And date range we have it. The combination satisfying all the condition related we get it results. So that's why it's not getting the states. Now you can see that few cities which we have it. So the restriction will be happens. So now you can see the cities which we have it related to the states in the sheet 1, page 1, for you page. Okay, so this is the way. Based on that selection we do from that state, those can be synchronized with, those all can be synchronized with next visualization. So now I can select it as state as a city, the particular let me go for take that state as Virginia. Okay, I selected state as Virginia. Let's go for page 2. Virginia related states cities can be selected. Okay, so this is the one feature which we have it, synchronizing slicers and one page to another page, and we can go for restricting the slicer to that a particular visualization. These are overall about the slicer. Okay, overall how we can go for use the slicers.